Hello, how you doing? This is a diagram of the river I fish, and there's probably like quite a bit of current right here. So here, let me add the blue action lines in it. Okay, this is the way the current goes. Okay, and could go over that and stuff. Okay, but it's real shallow here. Um, it's real shallow. Uh, up into this point here. Then it starts kind of getting a little deeper, maybe a little deeper here in this little turn here. But like right here in this area, the bottom looks like that, and I've noticed that the fish can hang out in here. This is kind of a side view of this as opposed to a top view. But usually I either kind of cross the creek here because it's easier to walk on this side. But and then I cross right here because it gets real shallow here, and then I come over here and I cast from about right here, and I try to like hit right up here or whatever and have my fly float down here. I've used both top water and sinking flies here. I've used a deer hair diver that I tied. I can't remember. It's kind of a Texas marabou style. It's a little bigger than a marabou diver. And I cast a fish will either come up from out of something like this in this area, because it kind of looks like that right in this area, but it gets deep. It's like probably 3 feet deep here, like at its deepest point. It's not a big, huge pool, but it gets real deep because of all the water just cutting in there. Or they might come out of these roots of these trees, right? These are, I don't know, these might be dead trees. We'll see it in the video. But yeah, there's like gravel over here, and so I cast here, and the fish, you come up, and you can kind of, the closer you get to like this little shallow area, because this is like really cutting over some gravel, like in this area, and it's it just has a lot of ripple to it, and then let it float down and kind of sink down into this deep hole. The easier it is to catch a fish, So it's got the cover of either the roots, the side, and there's a little bit of vegetation down here, but mostly not. And it's got several things that can hide, or it can just wait at this little drop off right here, and get whatever comes down this little fall here. You'll see it in the video. But most of the time, that's how I would fish something like this. I'd try to like drop it right down, and this is pretty specific for like Guadalupe bass in South Texas. Although I did hook into a nice little largemouth. He was kind of back here, just kind of out in the open, because largemouth do that. But the Guadalupe bass, I guess they're like a sneakier fish, and they kind of hang out closer to the rapids, where the largemouth will kind of hang out in like the stiller waters. I didn't get any of the hookups with the largemouth because I was using a size 12 streamer on my 3-weight, and they got off, but I wasn't expecting that. So that's so that's how you would fish that. And and when you see like structure like this along the bottom where the rock is carved out, you kind of fish, and keep this in mind, that your fish hang out in this little groove here, and the current can either come this way over them, and they come up in ambush, or the current's coming this way, right? And it helped cut the rock, and they're jumping up an ambush. But either way, this offers protection, cover, and an ambush point for prey. And so you keep that kind of stuff in mind. Now, because of, you know, I didn't really draw this to scale. This might be a little kind of more something like this, right? But the current's not real bad along this area, and you get your little Rio Grande cichlids and your panfish that hang out in this area because the deeper water it's not as turbulent over here. But the Guadalupe bass ambush like right up and over in here, and then the largemouth over here. So that's kind of like knowing your species, how to target your species. You know, the Guadalupe bass like the higher current areas, they like to stand right next to it, or they prefer it over other fish. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do it. And, you know, and you have to have a vantage point to where you can target these structures with your fly cast. And these are like short casts, man. These can be like roll cast almost. So if you get a good roll cast line, like a good weight forward, with my 3-weight, I have a double taper, and I'm going to change that out. And I got it for my 4-weight, so you'll probably see me starting to fish with my 4-weight or put my 4-weight on my 3-weight. I really like that 3-weight. But that's all I got for now.
All right. All right, well, he walloped that thing. Nice little, well, apparently this is like a hybrid. All right, little Guadalupe bass. It is, should be. Yeah, it's got the tooth patch. All right.